What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 21st day of December, and here we are sitting at about $1.91. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are, 4 hours, 47 minutes left in this day. A little bit of recovery over the past couple of days, over the weekend here. That's nice to see. Sunday being a little bit red, that's okay. We can take it. I mean, one red day is not going to hurt you. I would like it if we can continue to push higher over the days to come and really solidify this look that you have a double bottom here in the XRP price. That would be very powerful. The ultimate way to validate that this is the low is to just get above these highs here. Nonetheless, I think it'll be exciting as we get, back above $2, back above 220, let alone when we get above this high here at about 228 there. So getting above 228 does validate this as a low. It really promotes this idea that this is a double bottom here and that we likely would push higher to that 260, 280, maybe even upwards toward $3 area, something like that. If we look at the short-term stuff, we look at the 1 hour time frame and zoom out from there. 1 hour time frame here, you did move down with some volume. As you continue to move down, volume died off a little bit, but there's a good bit of volume down here at the lows coming out. Not really too much volume over here, and now we're getting some volume as we're pushing down. So it's very possible that from here, you're kind of rounding out that we do see a little bit of a lower price, and then we move up. I wouldn't be too surprised by that at all. Maybe this is the low in itself and we're ready to move up, but let's look at the indicators. Let's look at our fibs real quick. Low to high, right below the 236. My expectation is that we would see something below $1.88. We probably go to $1.88 or lower. We're at $1.91 now. I highly doubt that we go below this low at this point. But things can change. If we get below $1.80, well, really, if we get below like $1.84, I'd say there's a strong chance that we do go below this low. Maybe I should say $1.82. Let's say that. It sounds silly, just a 2-cent difference, but that specific difference might be the end all be all there. But nonetheless, from here, I very much expect that we do go to the 382 or lower. So $1.88, $1.84, somewhere in that area. We're at $1.91 now, and then we should move up higher. Looking at the indicators here, the RSI, we are bouncing right off the oversold zone. Very bullish. You're in a downtrend and you're still bouncing off the oversold zone. That's nice. The stochastics look nice as well, and the MACD is actually at a proper area to bounce. It would be odd if we didn't go down to $1.88 or lower, but it can happen. I mean, maybe we do just move up from here. I don't know. The indicators look like they're ready to move up from here. I would think, just based off the fibs, that we still do go a little bit to the downside, and then we move up. 4 hour time frame, RSI is bearish. It actually is pretty bearish. Overall, you are not getting overbought. You are getting oversold. You are living predominantly below the 50. So it's nice right here to see that not only are you above the 50, but that you're potentially finding support off of it. That is nice to see. 4 hour time frame, we got 44 minutes left. You're only up 0.5%. You could absolutely come down in the next hour, in this next 44 minutes, but based off the 1 hour time frame, I don't know if I would expect that. I could be wrong. Maybe we don't go lower, right? This 4 hour time frame gives me some hope that we could move up from here. I could be wrong. Maybe we don't go lower, but again, 44 minutes left in this 4 hour time frame. Maybe we open up the next candle. We drop down to like $1.88 in that 4 hour period or lower, and then we come back up and close that green as well. Anything can happen. We could literally from here be moving up while simultaneously on the next hour move down and then move up for the remainder of the day. I don't know if that makes sense, but that could happen. 4 hour RSI. I mean, it makes sense to me. I just don't know if the words I'm using are making sense to you. That's all. I know what I'm saying. I just don't know if you know what I'm saying. Whoever you are out there, hopefully you know what I'm saying. Stochastics bouncing off the 50, where before we were rejecting the 50. You're showing some good stuff here, right? You're literally doing right now what it looks like the opposite of what you have been doing. And what you have been doing has been leading you to lower prices. So doing the opposite should promote higher prices, right? MACD crossing above the 0, that's also a good thing. You got a lot of good things going for you here. You've got a good setup. Please don't relinquish it. You've got a very good setup. Please don't relinquish it. You relinquish it by going basically below $1.82. Until then, I remain bullish on this double bottom idea. And again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if I'm wrong and we do go lower, we are very much at the low areas of this whole range that we've been in for over a year now. So any lower price is just a better buying opportunity. Not that I'm expecting that we go below this low, but I'm just saying even if I'm wrong, it's still a great time to buy. Daily time frame here, looking at the RSI. The RSI is sad. It is a little bit sad, okay? I would expect that from here you go up a little bit higher, right? With these points of resistance, that you would go up a little bit higher, and that little bit more, I mean, that could be just enough to really help make this double bottom look come to life. We're coming upon a new week here. We're at the end of this week here. I actually want to see. We've got a nice wick to the downside there, as we have at all of these low points here. The daily RSI, I would like to see it continue to grow, but I'd also like to see this trend break. I'd like to get us above the 60. To do that, to get above the 60, we'd probably have to see prices that are around, if not above these highs, at like 220, 230. So that's what it'll take. The stochastics, should we move up like that, would also be reaching for the overbought zone, which is very bullish, and the MACD would cross green as well. We did get a red cross. We did get a bearish cross here. We didn't really do much with it. We saw a slightly lower low. Like, the amount of time that we were below this low was very, very insignificant. As far as time goes, it was a very insignificant amount of time. And you crossed red, nothing happened. And you can see that the bearish momentum is slowly dying off. The RSI here is shifting. I just can't help but feel like we're about to rip. We're about to see a dramatic shift, and we're probably going to see, you know, it doesn't have to be like this today. But when you found your low here, you still, you know, for a week or two, you were choppy, slightly moving up, and then you rallied. Maybe that's what we're doing here. We're just choppy, slightly moving up, and then sometime in January, boom, then we rally. Once we get above this point here, it validates this double bottom look, and it validates that we likely do continue higher, breaking out of this lower high trend we've been in since July. Daily time frame, RSI, I don't like it at the moment, but I am expecting we go higher. Stochastics I like, but hopefully we don't cross red here. Hopefully we do continue to push higher. I think that it looks good now. We're only down by less than 1%. 4 hours, 41 minutes left in the day. I think that we can push up and close today green. Even if we don't, it's fine. There's moments where you cross down and you still push higher in the stochastics, right? Moments here where you do that. There were moments here where you did the same thing. So it's not a big deal. It's not a detriment here. And then getting the MACD, I think, to cross back green. This is a little bit too pronounced, in my opinion, to be like a false cross, but it might act like a false cross, and if it is, that should promote some growth. We should get a stronger reading on the histogram than we've seen in quite some time, and that might promote a good move. A good move is what we need. A little shift here is what we need, because once you get above 227, 228, you validate this as a low, and then we start thinking about new all-time highs. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. Let's look at the ribbons real quick. It's been a second since we've looked at our ribbons here. Let's see. Yeah, the daily ribbon looks abysmal. Very, very strong, but to the downside. 3-day time frame, 3-day ribbon. The 3-day ribbon I've noticed isn't as helpful, but it looks bearish as well. Weekly ribbon still looks bullish. We have some time, I would say before, probably right around the beginning of January, we'll see this cross to the downside. So before that first week of January is over, I think XRP needs to get above $2.40. And as the weeks go on, that yellow line will come down. So let's even say like 230. Before January, we need to get above $2.30. We're at $1.91. I think that we've got the right setup to do that now. It's very, very important that we don't let this cross down, because the last time that we had the weekly cross down, well, that promoted some terrible price action. I shouldn't say that though, actually, right? Because the last time we crossed was here, and it was actually a false cross. Nevertheless, though, that cross in itself, from the moment we crossed, maybe from like this high to the low, it induced a 30% drop in XRP. And this was in a choppy, kind of odd, the ribbon doesn't help you in this environment. I don't know if that cross actually counts, in my opinion. Just like these crosses up don't really count. This one did. But again, that cross marked the bear market beginning, right? This cross basically marked the beginning of the bull market here. It's not something we want to see. So to avoid this cross, going at the given trajectory here, I would just assume probably some point before January, before the end of the first week of January, we need to get above about 230. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you all. I'm very convinced that XRP is at its low. I'm very convinced that we will move up from here. We just have to do it. That's all. Take care. Bye.